Poseidon is, actively trying to not let Odysseus get home, and he's, Percy has Poseidon on his side. So I feel like that's a really big factor when you're crossing the Sea of Monsters. So
it was my choice to hold the weight, the Titan's curse. I knew the risk, but if I needed to sacrifice myself to save the world, to save my friends, was it really a choice?
Hey everybody, Nikki Novak here at D23 with Walker Scobell. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been 2 years since I've seen you, the last D23.
We lost 2 people. They're not
did?
Here. Yeah, Leah and Arian, they're not here.
You're I'm just going to do this on my own now.
They think they're better than me now. So
is
they
that
made me
what
show
it
up on
is?
myself. Yeah.
How dare they?
She's shooting cheetah girls. How dare she?
Never heard of them.
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
It's not like I've seen that multiple times.
You have, haven't you?
I have seen that multiple times now. Yeah.
All right. So let's dive into season 3. The last season ended up with the Golden Fleece and Thalia coming back to life. So can you just sort of set up where this next season begins?
Well, it kind of there's a small time skip between where season 2 ends and season 3 begins. Thalia has left camp to go pursue her own thing, and it kind of starts off with Grover sending Annabeth and I a distress signal, and so we're going to try to get Thalia to help us handle it. It's at Westover Academy. And it's just where we start off.
I feel like, and I saw you in an interview, people asked the whole group before who's more powerful.
Yeah.
So now that nobody else is here, can we just settle that debate? Who's more powerful, Percy or Thalia?
I'm going to be honest this time.
Okay. Oh, you weren't honest last time?
I have to.
You have to be diplomatic?
I have to. Yeah, exactly. But now, okay. Honestly.
I love that the foot just came up for this.
Yeah, it's getting serious. Honestly. It can go either way.
Seriously?
I'm not gonna pretend that it can. Right now, next season, there's no way I would kill Thalia in a second. No, that's not true. I think I would beat her though.
I think. Well, you got to feel confident, right?
Exactly.
You're never going to go into battle saying I would lose this.
Exactly. I might lose. You can't have that mentality ever.
So we're getting a lot of beloved characters this season from the franchise. We're getting Nico, Bianca, Artemis. So can you talk about the new dynamic that these new characters bring, sort of on and off set?
What Bianca and Nico do, and Levi and Olive do, which is, on screen and off screen, is for the first time, Percy, Annabeth, Grover, they're not like the kids anymore.
Right.
And it's kind of, forcing them in a way, or at least like Percy with Nico, he kind of has to grow up a little bit for this kid.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing with Levi. He showed up on set and, he's already so much better than I was at his age. I mean, he's only 3 years younger than me, but I was feels like he's 3 years older than me. And
is he an old soul?
Yeah, he's an old soul.
Yeah.
He's an old soul. And he's just so smart. And it kind of after the first couple of weeks, it's I got to step it up to work with him. And it's funny because, there were so many scenes where I was with all these amazing, I get to work with, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's so many great actors I get to work with the whole time. And I feel like the most nervous I've been working with actors, it might have been Levi because I'm
really?
I got to, be good for him.
Well, kids are just so uninhibited, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they sort of are natural actors in a way.
He's the only person who, this is, I think, it's the 3rd season. Been working with Jason Mantzoukas, who plays Mr. D.
Yeah.
I
love him so much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hilarious. And, I tried a little bit in season 1. It's funny because you have a new actor on and, their first scene with Jason is always it's fun to watch because you watch him try to step it up to where he is.
He is an improv actor.
Oh, yeah.
That's not an easy deal.
The first season, the entire time I tried to match his level and I couldn't do it. And it's funny because you watch him try a little bit and then they're he's just so good. Right. There's just no way you can. Right. And Levi's the only person so far who's actually
he rattled him.
He rattled him. He broke. Jason broke kind of. because of Levi. So it was really cool to watch.
I mean, one of my questions was if you gave him any advice, being that he's sort of the age that you were when you started, but did he give you any advice? I'm going to switch it around. Or what did you learn from him?
I think a good piece of advice I got from him was maybe stop talking in school so much. That was a good one.
What did he say?
Stop talking in school so much. I talk a lot because we're in the same schoolroom. We basically are doing school together, and I'm like, I keep tapping him, trying to tell him stuff, and he's like, 1 second, I'm busy doing my thing, and so
wow, that's
I was
sweet.
like,
kids these days, man,
I know,
they're so
kids
mature.
so focused on his academics. So I was like, wow.
So there's been such a popular trend online now that the Odyssey has come out that Percy finishes Odysseus's journey in a week.
Yeah,
and it took him 20 years or something. What are your thoughts on sort of just the phenomenon that movie is? I know you've seen it, and the fact that people are sort of making that comparison.
I was really happy to see those comparisons because that was, kind of going through my mind when I was watching it. I saw it the second day after it came out, and the whole time I was sitting there and I was like, oh, wow. I was a little bit kind of, at one point I was like, this is messed up because he was on when he fought Scylla and Charybdis. I was like, wow, his looks so much easier than ours. Like ours was like, a great, like Avengers level threat. And his Charybdis was like all of his other, they're all amazing. I thought Christopher Nolan did all of like the, what do you call them, obstacles in a really interesting way. Like I thought, Cersei's Island was really cool.
Yeah.
And I thought, Polyphemus was obviously terrifying.
Terrifying. That my favorite scene.
I saw it in the trailer and I was like, are they going to do Polyphemus as like just a normal sized guy with one eye? But he's massive and he's terrifying. And I thought, to be fair though, I'll give this to Odysseus. Poseidon is, actively trying to not let Odysseus get home, and he's Percy has Poseidon on his side. So I feel like that's a really big factor when you're crossing the Sea of Monsters. So
very diplomatic, giving Matt Damon his props. I love that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well done.
He did amazing. Also, that was like
God. He
did such a good
really
job.
was.
Yeah.
How do you feel that you've evolved as an actor since season 1, and how has Percy evolved since season 1?
I feel like it's kind of something that this is my third time playing Percy, and a lot of times you only get one chance to play a character.
Yeah. And
so even coming back a second time is like 10 times easier to get into it because you have this entire film or entire season that came out. And that was especially what was nice about, kind of having season 1 come out and then jumping into season 2 after it came out, because I could kind of see what people liked about what I did and what they didn't like. And like, I could really, I guess, expand on the things that they did like about, how I played Percy in season 1. So it's actually, it's really nice because I can like actively improve it, based on like what people are saying or what they, what they thought I did well or and stuff like that, or things that they think Percy should do more. Like I remember I think Percy makes a lot more jokes this season because he's always, making a bunch of sarcastic comments in his head. And, he doesn't actually say too many of those out loud in the books. And that was something I was like, Percy's a little more grown up. Thalia is kind of like him and Thalia are clashing the whole time. Yeah. So I was like, this is a good time to have a little more sarcastic comments.
I like that you sort of take into what people say and you take it as constructive criticism. And how is that dynamic between Percy and Thalia? And how did you as actors explore that it's a very complicated dynamic?
It's really fun. It might have been, some of those scenes are burned into my brain because they were so fun. And I, especially because just working with T and I feel like are very similar as actors. And so it was really fun to work together because we can kind of just put it all out there. And we have a lot of really great scenes together where, and a lot of times we do a little improv, here and there, like, saying random mean things to each other. And, it's cool.
And when have you felt the most like Percy? Like, when have you felt most the kinship with him?
Percy's always kind of getting the short end of the stick every time they go into a fight or something like that. not in the way that he's like, more in the way that, if he's attacking your monster, it'll just immediately go for him, or like, in that kind of way, where I feel like for me, I'm always, doing a scene as Percy, and they're like, like, feels like, or I'll be doing a fight, like, it feels a little too cool. Can you just trip on this take and, maybe face plant, or like do a little roll on the ground and hit a wall, or just some random thing like that. And I feel like, I don't know, I relate to him in that way, where I'm like, okay, I'll go into some days filming where I'm like, there was one day where it was a massive scene, and in the script, it was like Percy trips and over himself a little bit. And I got there and I was like, I knew before anyone even said it, I knew that I was going to have to like face plant, hit the ground pretty hard. And I walked in and I told T, I was like, they're going to tell me to hit the ground pretty hard on this one. First thing they said to me was, you're going to trip on the stairs on the way up, and you're just going to eat it right into the ground, and right in front of everybody. And I was like, I knew it. And we filmed that sequence for like 2 weeks, and I had to do it every day. It was awesome.
And you felt like you're like, this is me. I'm
very Percy. Yeah, it was, but I love that kind of stuff. It gets you into it.
The last question for you. This is based on the Titan's Curse. It's a little bit of a darker season, I would say. So what can you say to fans? What can you say? Just get them excited. And then if there is a season 4, Battle of the Labyrinth, what are you excited about approaching that material? I think, this season is definitely darker. And that when I signed on to do Percy, when I started doing the first season, all I could think about was seasons 3, 4, and 5, because that's like, those are like that's the meat of the series. Those are like the books I really remember and the books I love. And obviously books 1 and 2 are amazing, but books 3, 4, and 5 are just like a whole other level, because I feel like you have this great, he laid out this great base with books 1 and 2 that I feel like you really feel in the show too. Like we laid out this awesome kind of block to stand on for season 3 with seasons 1 and 2. And it just feels really lived in, the whole world. And I don't know, it's darker, and it feels very real, which is something I really like. And something I'm excited about for Battle of the Labyrinth. Maybe like the whole gladiator arena, like the Antaeus fight. That was awesome. And it's another thing. That's one of my favorite books. That's just, it's book 5 and then book 4, top 2 books. But yeah, I don't know. There's so much. The stables are awesome. I love those. I think exploring the labyrinth, I'm really looking forward to. Like, how are we going to do that? I know. I've been thinking about that too. Can't wait to see that.
It's going to be trippy.
I love your passion. I love
Thank
that
you.
you're just care so much about this series and what you do. It comes across. So thank you so much, and see you in 2 years at D23.
See you
I don't know
in
what
2
season
years.
we'll be on, but yeah, probably 4, I would think. Yeah.
I hope so.
Okay.
Cross your fingers.
Cross your fingers. Thank you so much. Great to see you.
Thank you. Great to see you.